Hey everybody, I want to show you how we're doing the drinking water off grid. I do not have a well, so the first thing we're using a Berkey, and this filters all of our water. You just fill the top and let it slowly drain into the bottom. We've also got a 12-volt pump that's on demand that it runs our faucets. I haven't wired it up yet, but that's going to be the end game. You just turn the faucet on and you'll have running water. But I'm going to show you where the water is coming from. Excuse the mess. The cabin's still in construction and I'm just going to walk and talk. So right here you can see we've still got lumber going on. Got the walls to do. This is the addition. There's the bathroom. Let me go to the back porch. I gotta watch my step. And this shows you how much rain we've had. There's my rain gauges. This is a week frozen solid. So I'm gonna show you how I get drinking water when things are still frozen. So we're back here at the back of the shop. And here's where we get our drinking water from. You can see all this and how it works. It comes down the gutters, comes right here, got the first filtration system. It hits that screen, and then I'm hitting these pucks. These pucks are chlorine tablets. Yeah, that's right, I use chlorine. I'm not scared of it. I want to kill everything that's in that water. Here's where I got it. I got it off Amazon, and this is the product I'm using. But here's what's the cool part. This is the first flush. Once it gets full, there's a ping pong ball that goes up to the top. Then it hits this and the water comes through here and starts filling the tanks. I plumbed it two different ways. I've got overflow hitting the top and filling them. And these pipes down here are also opened up. I can flush it in the winter. You see the water coming out. This is for winterization. I leave these faucets open when the tanks are full, and these pipes will not freeze. We've had 20-degree weather for 3 weeks here last winter. I had a little bit of ice in them, but being solid, they soaked up the heat being here in the south. It worked out great. So you see these pipes run here, and then right here, this pipe goes underground and comes underneath the cabin. These are food grade totes that I made sure had no chemicals in here. These were made for ice cream production. That's what was in them. So if you eat ice cream, the water's all right. And I feed from the bottom too. That way if there was anything left over, it would float to the top. So the other thing that we'll be doing here later, I'll just give you one more shot. I'm gonna go with one more tank. Looking down the cabin, I'll have a 1,500 gallon solo tank. It'll be just by itself. I'll have gutters here, and then it's gonna gravity feed down to the garden spot. I'll have a fence around it. Well, that's down the road. Right now we've got plenty of drinking water. We're only up here on the weekends as of right now, and we're using about 15 gallons a day. So I've tried to measure it. We're also using a compost and toilet. That's where the water goes. We're not doing that. So guys, I've got two springs that I've helped develop here. This was just a seepage that came out of the ground. You can see that I've got rock here, and what I've done, I've got visqueen plastic over it. Actually, I got gravel, then visqueen, then I got roofing tin, then I got the rocks. And right before I put that plastic down, I bleached the output where I had been working. I didn't want to get any bacteria in it. And this has some of the best drinking water that we have here at the homestead. Between the rainwater collection, this spring, and I'm going to take you to our Cadillac spring where I got a filling station. You're like, how's he got a filling station? Well, we're going to go there next and show you how it's all done. So I wanted to show this to y'all. This is the water station that we have, and this came from Carolina, a watering tank. Found them on the internet. I've got the pipe running from the well or the spring head coming here, and I've got two backup water totes. I've got 500 gallons always on standby. So when I mean by the water station, with this pipe coming from the spring, I've got two valves here. So I make sure it's clear. Turn the valve. Turn the valve on. I I've got water. That works. And I was going to take the camera and go up and show you the spring head next. So right now, to show you, that fills up. That's it. We've got drinking water. So I'll show you the spring head next. Well, I was just going to take you up to the spring head, but I figured I'd walk you through what I've done down here too. It kind of popped in my head while I was shutting the camera down. So I've got this valve. Just turn it. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, right? Open it back up. Now the water comes down to these totes. I want to show you a little trick I learned. This is pipeline tape. And when you glue joints, sometimes they hold really good and sometimes they don't, especially out here in the woods when limbs and stuff are hitting them. Just another way for some cheap insurance. So I got these totes and I got them spray painted camo, that way they don't show up on Google Earth. And I got an overflow here. If you notice, I got a screen on it. Take another view here. And it's starting to clog up. There you go, open back up. Yeah, it leaks, but hey, I've got enough water here, I can afford it. So I'm going to walk up through the woods and I'm going to take you to the spring box. And it's pretty cool. So just bear with me while we walk through the woods. I hope you're not getting seasick. So you can see the pipe. I'm getting a little closer now. This was about a 2-weekend project, by the way. More pipe. Okay, and here's the spring box. You can hear it. Of course, there's always something that falls on it. Let me open it up. So, the way this works, there's a drilled hose in this, and it filters the water. The water comes in, goes down, and then down to the totes. So we just left the spring box, I guess would better like a word. Now we're going to the spring head. Show you how it works. So right here, this is a dam. Right in here, overflow pipe. You can put bleach into here, overflow. Spring water comes out of here. I'm gonna have a future project. Since I've created this, I don't know if you can see it right here, but I got seepage here. Water always wants to find another way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in a second one right in this location here. Same pipe. But this time, I'm going to also have it for drinking water, but I'm going to put some water turbines on it, little micro ones, and that way I can trickle charge my batteries back up at the cabin. And give you an idea. The cabin's just right up there. So this is the last spring I wanted to show you. I'm kind of on the fence what I want to do here. The cabin's just right up here. I thought about a path with some steps coming down to here. Right here is a hole in the ground. The water is boiling out of here and heading this way. I thought about building a spring house out of block. The old timers used to put their milk and stuff in there. This is seasonal. It'll go all the way to probably around June. AC and a lot of sun. After that, I can use the solar, and this could probably get me through the winter. And I can get my tractor in here. So this kind of wraps up how we're getting water on the homestead without a well. Lucky to be in the mountains. The mountains gives you a lot of water when you need it. And maybe one day I get a well, but right now I just don't see the need to spend $10,000. So I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe. Please give me a like. And please leave comments. And I promise I'll answer every one of them. And I'll show you some of the products that I've been getting from off the internet to make all this happen. Thank you for watching.